Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Harshali this side. I am from Sinex Group and would be taking a short and quick interview of Sanjay Chaturvedi, who is the Chief Treasury and Investor Relations in Namdev Finvest. Welcome, sir. The first question I would be asking. So, firstly, congratulations on winning an award. And how do you feel about it? Just
That, yeah, thanks, Harshali. That's a fantastic feeling. Really delighted, and thanks to the Sinex Group for the nomination. Thanks to the jury members who have selected this, and thanks to the entire organizing team. It was very well organized. Never seen this kind of timely managed, the overall summit. So great to you guys.
thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. And the next question would be being an industry expert, how do you see the treasury management industry in next 5 years?
Wow, that's $1 million question because every treasurer try to improve the near time, which is possibly the next few months. Because if one can predict 5 years, possibly he can make billions. But let me attempt it. So, basis the experience which I gained working with the banks, with the large and the small NBFCs into multiple mortgage classes, location India. I think India is going to have a multifaceted transformation across verticals which all are interlinked to Treasury Department. Now let me try and explain that. See, India is going to be $5 trillion economy in the next 2 to 3 years. We know that this multiplier will be much higher going forward. That is from 2028 onwards. Now, this has a big mean for the corporates and the finance world because unless you have a catalyst like finance market, the growth is not possible. And the finance market and the growth are directly linked to the treasuries and the fundraising programs. Now, treasury is not only a fundraise today; it is an inclusiveness of the risk parameters, the compliances which the regulator want you to be within, because finally it is the customers you are serving to, and it is also about the new avenues and new aspects. When we say new, possibly it is the recognition of those aspects which I call it as environment, social, and governance. Unless you marry with the environment, which is the change in the climate condition, unless you marry it with the social reforms, which is like gender equality or linking it with the social reforms. And the social means you can't be thinking about corporate making a pat. You have to think about that the pat has been pat. So it is about finally that it should continue or tickle it down to the bottom of the pyramid, which is your customers. So I think, and the governance, which anyway is very important, unless you have the better features or ring and fences in the governance, the company can't be rewarded with a high value. So put together, I think it has been a dynamic scenario. Every 2 years, you see some kind of crisis happening in the country or in the globe, be it Ukraine war or COVID or anything. All comes down to treasury, all comes down to the finance market. And next 5 years, India is very well located, very well placed to gain out of everything. So high expectation from the country and high expectation should come down to the corporate profitability. And I think looking at the new avenues and new support and the new dynamics, it will come down to the overall welfare for the society.
Okay. That was really informative answer which you gave. And the last question now we would be moving on is would you like to share your thoughts on the current opportunities and challenges in the Indian market?
See, the last answer I given was the opportunity. See, challenges are also there because when we look at the overall inclusive aspect of the country, still when we say the industry which we operate into, which is MSME, Now there are more than 7 crores companies or entities or small business owners who may be doing some kind of day-to-day activities where the women are sitting on the tea stall or in the vegetable vendor shop, and the husband is going to do something else. See, these are the main engine driver or the growth driver of the country, and they are in too many and too much. Now that means there is an opportunity, but that means there is a challenge to reach out to them. And we can't be simply thinking about the smart cities, the metros, the tier ones, where everything is possible. Thanks to the government initiative that there are roads which are getting deeper into the passing through the villages. So here is an opportunity. Come on, go to those areas, those towns, those cities, and see how we can connect these people with the financial inclusion. Today we have Jandan account, we have Aadhaar, and we have mobile. With this jam, I think we have seen in the last 10 years that this can work miraculously, to bring these people whose incomes are not accounted into the GDP. The women, they are the backbone of this country. They are the financial controller at the house, but their incomes, their contribution is not even accounted into the overall GDP of the country. So somewhere we have to bring those challenges into an opportunity, and India can really grow better than 7% or 7.5. It's just a number game. Let's bring these equality, the women empowerment, and let's bring these MSME customers, let's bring these poor class people into the financial inclusion for their development as well as for our development. So I think that's the challenge, but I think that's the opportunity as well.
Thank you so much, sir. That was very well said. And definitely would be looking forward for an expert like you to be again one of our panel members in a future event, sir. And thank you so much for giving the interview and your precious time. We'll definitely meet you ahead. Thank you, sir.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Thank you very much. Definitely looking forward.
Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot.